Hey everybody, today we're taking a look at this new humidifier, and in this video we're going to cover some best practices and some do's and don'ts while operating your humidifier so that you can get the best user experience. Let's get right into it. Once we get everything out of the box and all the protective tape and plastic is removed from the humidifier, we'll be left with the humidifier, some instructions, a cleaning brush, our water purification device, and then a couple additional aromatherapy pads. So one of the things you should notice on the back side of the humidifier, besides the nice long power cord, will be this additional cord, and it has a temperature humidity module attached to it. Best practice would be to set this as far away from the humidifier as possible, so when you have it set on automatic to hit those particular temperature and humidity values, it is able to do that for your given environment. And you should also notice on one side of the module here, it's actually got some prongs here. This is designed so that you can loop it in and through the power cord so it stays attached at a distance instead of just dangling around. Moving on to the water tank, water purifier, as well as the water filter and valve system. If we take a look on this side of the tank here, you're going to notice that there's some notches in there that are designed to hold the water purifier. And all you have to do is just reach inside there, press down gently, and it's going to hold the water purifier in place. On the opposite side, at the very bottom there, you're going to notice that there is a water filter. Just reach in there, give it a few wiggles back and forth, and then the water filter is going to start to come out, and then this is what it looks like for coming in for a nice close-up. There is a little sponge piece that is in here, so if you want to pull that out gently, you can do so, and then it looks like this. And then if you need to do any additional cleaning, scrubbing, what have you, you can do that. And then installation is the opposite of removal. Now directly under the water filter, you'll notice the spring-loaded valve right here. The purpose of this is when the tank is full of water and you lift it off for a refill, no water comes pouring out. When you put it back on top of the base, the valve gets depressed, the water pours in, and the humidifier carries on misting for you. If you ever need to remove this for further deep cleaning, all you need to do is press in with the spring. It's going to lift up a rubbery type of gasket on the inside, and then you're going to be able to remove this out right here like so. Let me show you what the other component looks like. So then we come in here and you can take a closer look at this. It looks kind of like a little bit of a sombrero or a pointy arrow cap or something like that, okay? So if we were to put these two back together so you can see what this looks like as its own component, that's exactly what the component looks like all together here. And then obviously the water tank is in between these two pieces. Just use the included brush to wash all the different components under some running water in your sink. Be mindful while washing the spring that you don't overcompress or, more importantly, stretch it out, as that can affect its intended operation. If you plan on cleaning the base of the humidifier, please note that this resistant float is permanently attached and is not designed for removal for cleaning. Just take your time and clean around all parts and areas. So once again, installation is the opposite of removal. Just take the spring-loaded component, right, and you can just hear it bouncing inside there. Come through here, take that little rubber grommet or gasket, place it right on top, and it's all back to normal. From there, take the water filter component, place that back in down at the very bottom, press it in snugly into place, and your water tank is ready to go. Now let's talk about aromatherapy and essential oils. On the back side of the unit here, you'll have this air intake area. Simply press in, and this little tray is going to pop out. You'll notice that there's a little air filter here, which is black. So if you ever need to remove it to clean it or what have you, you can do that. And you notice this white pad right here, and you actually get a couple extras in the kit. Okay, this is where your essential oils are going to go. You can put a little, you can put a lot, really just depends on how strong you want it. Place this back in, and as it starts to draw air in and mix in with the mist, that's how you're going to get your aromatherapy, okay? Now hear me out. Under no circumstance should you be placing essential oils into the water tank or the base. If you value the longevity of your humidifier, do not place essential oils into the water. Next, when it comes to refilling your humidifier and best practices, you could pour water directly through this open perforated area up here, or you could physically take the tank off like I've done and take it to your water source here and pour directly inside to the main tank. Regardless of what you choose to do, what you should not be doing is pouring any water down the main misting nozzle, whether it's with the lid off or through the misting ports up here. The water will bog the system down and your humidifier will not be as effective as it could and should be. And just in case it needs to be said, when you are refilling your humidifier, only refill the main water tank. There's no need to be placing any water into the base preemptively. Overall, in general, the humidifier does work quietly in cool mist mode. It draws the least amount of power, right around 25 watts. However, when using the warm mist mode, because there are heating coils involved that need to heat the mist up naturally, it pulls around 80 watts of power. Because of this, you might notice that the operation or the noise that comes from the humidifier is slightly elevated versus its cold mist mode. Having said that, if you're a super light sleeper, I kind of am, it's not recommended to keep the humidifier on your nightstand or right next to your bed. It is a 6-liter humidifier and it's more than capable of doing its job in a variety of different rooms and environments, so if you wanted to place this 8 to 10 feet away so that it doesn't disturb your sleep, rest assured. At the end of the day, hopefully you found this video helpful and will get you the best user experience with your humidifier. If you need any additional after-sales support, there's contact information on the back side of the manual, and on the inside there's also a QR code that you can easily scan for additional YouTube videos on how to use your humidifier.